All right, so let's talk about how to build your prototype with V0. Basically comes down to 3 steps. You first generate your prompt, so you paste your prompt output that you just saw from the previous lesson into V0 to quickly visualize your app. You then review your results. You see what you like, you see what you don't like. You can refine that. I will show you how. And then you basically use this as a starting point. This is not your fully fledged app. This is not what you're using as a final product. This is just your starting point for the other apps like Cursor to understand what you want to build. It gives you a starting point, that's all, and really quickly. So as you saw, I was on ChatGPT with this prompt that you can get from the prompt collection here. That is all linked in the description of the bonus section, right? The gift lesson. And I just pasted in my bullet points of the idea that I described in this Notion page here, and it gave me the following output. So as you can see, it's way more structured. It uses like the terminology, etc. It's mobile friendly, layout, minimalist, full screen script, whatever, right? It talks like a product manager. That is what I need. So I paste this, and then I copy this, and then I go to V0 and paste this in this little box here. Right? And then I just click on this arrow, and V0 is thinking now. It's showing you the reasoning, what it does, and then it's building code. It's writing code for you. This is basically the generation of your prototype. So this will take a few seconds, or even like up to a minute or so, or maybe a bit longer. And you can see I'm not logged in here. I'm not paying anything. I think I'm not logged in, right? Am I? I don't think so. So you really, I might actually have an account here, but I'm not paying. This is definitely a free account. As you can see here, need more messages, get higher limits with premium. So I can do some follow-up things, but not too many. I think it's just a few, but it's definitely enough for this like prototype step where we are at right now. So now you can see this looks quite similar to my miniteleprompter.com app, right, that I built. And why does it look similar? Because I used this starting point back then as the starting point for this app. So obviously in the background here, there is some code that I wrote then with Cursor that made it actually work. But as you can see, this basically already works, right? This is already what we were looking for, just like a simple mini teleprompter app. So let's paste this text in here, start the teleprompter, and you can see it already kind of works, right? It shows us here a text. I can make it larger and so on. Margin works. But for example, the rolling function here doesn't work, right? I can just exit here, but I can't play it, right? So I would have to manually scroll this. This is obviously not what we want, but it gives you like an idea of what it actually works. It actually works. So actually this is already quite similar to like the mini teleprompter app that I deployed. What I don't like here, for example, is that this is the full speed and it's still like pretty slow. So this is stuff that we can then refine and make better, improve it with Cursor. But this is perfect actually as an example, because you can see just with one prompt that was really well defined and really well like written out with the help of this V0 prompt that I give you through the prompt collection here, it already built us a prototype that we can, it works, right? We can already use this. So that is fantastic. This is the preview and this is the code. And what I do then as the next step is basically like do all the setups, right? And for this, we do not need Google Firebase, right? We do not need authentication and storage. However, I would like to show it to you just in case that you need it for a future app that you will build.